Isn't that obvious? The witness is a member. Mr. Wellington is a member of that very group. No. All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into the phone numbers, it'll be all over for you. This is why you had to kill. No, this is too much. Huh. It does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. That police officer. Your Honor. What is it, Mr. Payne? Your Honor, this is unjust badgering of the witness. You said that exact same thing only a few seconds ago. Please, let's think about the content of the phone call. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up, and I can give this back. The defendant had already promised she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Byrde and get his phone back. Why, then, would he need to kill anyone? That is a valid point. What does the defense think about this point? If you think about it logically, then it all makes sense. But maybe we should be thinking outside the box. Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slime ball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Huh. What did he see at the crime scene? No, not that. Well, he did see them, and he was in his police uniform. Maybe he was scared of an officer, because he was in uniform there when he died. I can confirm that with this picture, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's his uniform. So maybe he was scared that a cop had found his phone and that she called the police. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner. But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? Possibly him? This is what I'm thinking? He got scared of a police officer being there. What? Well, what Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. The victim? You mean Dustin Prince? Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh. The girl that picked up my phone is with the policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run and check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying. Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments? I'm thinking. Huh. It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are. Huh. Ha ha. Okay then. Oh man. Huh, impressive. Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence. Evidence. That guy is really creeping me out. All you've been waving around is talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? What's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours. I already told you earlier. That phone I lost. I've already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea who that phone belongs to in your hand belongs to. You can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. What? Huh. It feels good to see you squirm. Huh. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor, this is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. Huh. The cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's gotta be. Huh. Maybe... fingerprints? Fingerprints sound way more reliable. Yeah, fingerprints. We've already gone through the store numbers anyway. I got it. We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off. I what? You said that there was sand all over it, so... wiped it? I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. Oh no. Oh man. It's oh so much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the phone number stored on this phone. It must have been glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You gotta be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence? Mr. Wellington. What's this? From the way you talk to me, it sounds like you've still got some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my. Now I remember. Oh, this is when he woke up. Huh, looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. So that's when. What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but... if you don't do something quick, he's gonna get off scot-free. I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Where? Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who am I? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at an ultra-fancy restaurant at on the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? We can't lose the pain. Let's raise an objection. We cannot lose the pain. Please wait, Your Honor. Alright, Nick. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything. Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. If he questions the witness with any more of his badgering, you will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I only get one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over. For your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Yes, Your Honor. I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended. Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence. Oh. Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It all comes down to this. It's go time. Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything. Okay, if we look through, based on what happened, we can think that he switched cell phones, and gave Phoenix a different one than the one that they had before, or the one that he had before in his hand when he got hit over the head. So he also had his number on the back of this card. So maybe with this, so if they did use this number, maybe it would call the phone that he has and not the one that, yeah, so maybe that could possibly be it. Honestly, with like as little evidence as I have here, that's sounding really, really valuable, right? Like that's sounding like the right option right now. Yeah, that... Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, let's go for it. Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. Judge's business card added to the court record. Wait, what am I doing? Now isn't the time to be exchanging business cards. Man, he must really like... Nobody must ever... Oh, man. He must really like business cards. Or exchanging them, at least. It's written in a fancy script. The ink is strong and clear, but I still can't read it. Oh, that means he has bad handwriting. Your Honor, there's something very important about that card, and that is... the back of the card, where the number is. The card is important because of what is on the back. Huh? You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now? But court is still in session. It's okay. You'll see. Okay, if you say so. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We're going to call my cell phone right now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to do. Oh, I remember that at least. What? Why is my cell phone? Why is my phone? And what is that stupid sounding ringtone? Well, Mr. Wellington. Huh. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. Your... No, it can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further except to say... When you wanted to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. Oh, the killing blow. Is he... suffocating us? Did he just kill himself in the middle of the courtroom? Goodness. How dramatic. So, that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments. Huh. Then Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding... It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? Ah, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Byrde. Oh, that's still. I'm glad that's still the same. Not guilty. I'm very happy that's still the same. That is all. This court is adjourned. September 8th, 2:16 p.m. District Court, Defendant's Lobby, number 1. I thought it was gonna be number 2. Ugh. I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It couldn't have been that bad, could it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, holy crap, how did you survive? I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster. How did you become a policewoman then? If you failed every test? Okay. Also, how are you still alive? I never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is, pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then, at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my fortune always seems to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help. Ah, that's right. You were talking about this earlier. It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by a pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and, before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It's just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Wait, you special ordered a glove just to say that? Wouldn't that be expensive? Well, then again, I guess she does have a little bit of salary, so I don't know. That's still a lot to say thank you, though. Usually you just take somebody out for like a drink or something for that sort of deal. Oh, I see. Everything is all my fault. Dustin's death. Your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet. I'm gonna find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Yeah, after all, the Goddess of Misfortune is only a name. You bet, I'm gonna make it. I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks, you take care of yourselves too. What a horrible day. I've gotten my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but, who are you? What? I thought you said you got your memory back. At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I had clashes with in the past, during certain cases. But he's also been a good ally during others. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdicts. This person. I haven't got a clue. He seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaking me for someone else. Serves you right, Payne. Serves you right. And this girl, Maya, you finally remembered. This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example... Eartha Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. Oh. Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together. Alright, sounds good. All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning. Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay, okay. Actually, it hasn't even been 2 months since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon, 2 months ago. The Lost Turnabout. The end. That was a nice case to get us back into the game. A brand new episode has been added. Reunion and Turnabout. So this is going to be the story from 2 months ago, it seems. And we'll save.